Thanks for watching Littleton Common. And now here's Barbara McRae and Mark Crory. Welcome to the June edition of Littleton Common. I'm Mark and this is Barbara.
May was a busy month, Mark, in Littleton. We are watching our town change as we speak.
That's right. And we were honored to have a visit from Governor Maura Healey, who came here for the unveiling of the 550 King Street project. Plans are being made to build that, what's called a mixed-use complex. There'll be shops, restaurants, a hotel, and even apartments. Elections were held on May 10th, and one of only two contested races, Gary Wilson and Mark Rombacher, were voted back to the Select Board. And at their first meeting after the election, Karen Morrison was voted as the new chairperson of the board. And speaking of Karen, be sure to check out her podcast on LCTV called 01460 On The Go. This is a very informative podcast that gives residents in Littleton information and news about various aspects of town government. And you can watch the video version of the podcast on LCTV cable channels or on our on-demand and YouTube channel.
You know, the Garden Club hosted their annual plant sale during a cold, rainy day. These gardeners cannot be shut down. And thank you to the strong camaraderie among the members and dedication to this great organization. Mother's Day followed, and I hope all moms, stepmoms, and foster moms were appreciated with family and nice surprises. Maybe even a plant from the Garden Club sale.
Nice, nice. Well, on May, 16th, we celebrated the grand opening of the new Shattuck Street Center. And grand is what it was. Gail Dalton was more than happy to show us the ultra-modern kitchen where lunches and meals on wheels will be put together. This building is ready for many meetings and programs and parties. Didn't take any coaxing for many to try out the pool tables and tour the many rooms. The director of VHS, Liz Tretiak, is going to give us a tour and highlight some of the new changes that everyone should know about at the center.
Thanks, Mark, and welcome everyone to the brand new center on Shattuck Street. This is it. This is the main lobby here, right when you walk in the front door. As you can see, right over here we have our reception desk. This is where everyone comes in right in the beginning, and we'll check in right on our welcome screen. We're very, very lucky to have a lot of wonderful natural light coming into this space, so you can easily sit down, relax, have a cup of coffee, and enjoy the space. I'd love to take you over to the lobby if you follow me. On our way over, have a look at our beautiful donor tree sponsored by the Friends of the Council on Aging. Here you can purchase a leaf in gold or silver and engrave a name of your choosing on it. We have quite a few names on here so far, and it looks wonderful. Let's go on back to the study, and you can see this space here. So this is our study area. This was a very generous gift of Carol and Dave Plogger. Here you can sit down, read a book, have a cup of coffee. We have some computer stations, comfy chairs, and a nice relaxing atmosphere. You can even walk on over and turn on the fireplace for a little ambiance. In the corner over here, we have our medical room right here, and this is where we would have podiatry, audiology, our nurse one-on-ones, any type of clinic that requires privacy. And let me show you that room. Come on down the hall and I'll show you the coffee bar. All right, welcome to this space here. As you come right out of the lobby, you're going to walk right into our main hallway where you'll see beautiful gallery space where we have Artist Faye Center right now, showing her artwork. And then over Right here is where we have our coffee bar. You can come on over, you can have a latte, a mocha, anything you so choose, and sit and relax and wait for your next program or just spend some nice time during the day. We really tried to make this space have lots of little comfortable spots so you can just sit and enjoy your time here. You don't necessarily need to come for a scheduled program. You can just come and sit and be with us. Let's go into the multi-purpose room. Come on. Okay, as you come around the corner off the gallery wall and coffee bar area, you are in our multi-purpose room. Now this space is dividable in half and can fit up to 161 people sitting down. Right now we have this half of the room set up for what was yesterday morning, which was our Veterans Breakfast. On the other side of the room right now, that's divided in half, we have a program with about 40 people in attendance right now. So this space, again, is easily dividable in half, and it actually has great soundproofing too, so you can't even hear the program going on in the other side of the room. This is where we'll have our all of our breakfasts, our lunches. This will be our senior diner. Let's take a look at the kitchen. This is our beautiful new commercial kitchen. This is where we do all of our Meals on Wheels out of, and if you didn't know, we do about 7,000 Meals on Wheels a year out of our kitchen. I expect that to grow significantly with our new space. We are very lucky to have really nice equipment to work off of, and we even have a griddle top now, so our breakfast will be even better than before when we're doing up our bacon and our sausage and our pancakes. We have this great serving area, plenty of space for our freezers and our refrigerators, even a pantry in the back over here with our kitchen manager's office area. Let's take a look upstairs. Oh, before we go upstairs, I'd love to show you this over here. Right next to the reception desk, we have the screen which displays everything that we're getting from our solar array on the roof, so we can see the energy and the efficiency of this building. This runs every day. You can come on by and take a look. Today it's a little cloudy, so the energy intake is low, but I think we had a great week so far. Let's go upstairs. Okay, as you come up to the top of the stairs, we have Program Room 1 and Program Room 2. Let's take a look at Program Room 1. Program Room 1 is where we're going to be doing all of our arts and crafts and our loving stitches, any group activities. We have a lot of space in here and a sink and storage. Every program room in this building is designed to be super flexible, so we have a TV screen and a whiteboard in each space. That's so a presenter can come in and hook up their laptop or slideshow right to the TV screen and present as they're talking. Program Room 2 is kind of like a twin to this room. It's designed in the same setup. In here is where we will be doing our trivia, our games. Mahjong is in here. We designed this room so that we can break up the table space and do 4-person tables for card games and ease of access. So this room has more tables, a little more flexible with the space. Let's go down the hall. All right, as we come around the corner from the program rooms, there's a screen right here that will tell you everything that's going on. This is the calendar for the next 2 weeks, and that is scrolling, so you'll never miss an activity here at the Center on Shattuck Street. Then you open up into this beautiful space, which is our pool table area. We have 2 beautiful Brunswick Gold Crown tournament 9-foot tables here, and they are free and open to the public for adult use. Just stop on by anytime. We have had a lot of new visitors coming in to play pool. There's a seating area here. There's another over there if you just want to casually sit and watch. And the bathrooms are right around the corner here. If you come into this area over here, right across from the billiard tables, we have another little seating area where you can sit, enjoy our electric fireplace, or look out onto the beautiful patio here. Our Outdoor furniture will be arriving this week, so you'll be able to sit out there and enjoy the gardens or the bocce court or just watch the cars pass by. Let's go down the hall. As we're coming around, you'll notice that the elevator is right here if you're not up for the stairs. It opens up right here across from Program Room 1 and Program Room 2. Right here we're calling this the Overlook, just a couple tables where you can sit and play cards or relax with your coffee and see who's coming and going. Right here we have our second floor reception desk, so we always have eyes on the second floor, make sure that we are taking care of everyone's needs. We have a little seating area right here if you're waiting for a program, because we have a fitness room right here, and this is where we are having chair yoga, tai chi, and some of our smaller exercise classes. Let's check it out. So this is our fitness room. We're also calling it the bar room because we do have a stretching bar here available for our different classes. We have chairs for the chair yoga and lots of natural light in this space so you can enjoy your exercise class. Plenty of storage in here and bench and cubbies for your water bottles and your bags. Now this isn't our only exercise and fitness room. We have a gym down the hall that I'd love to show you. Let's go. Okay, and welcome to our gym space. This is where we will have all of our fitness equipment. As you can see, we have quite a few different options for you to choose from. We have an elliptical, we have an accessible elliptical, a couple treadmills, a few recumbent bikes, and a rower. In the far corner, we have our free weights, our medicine balls, and dumbbells. And then we have this pre-core glide where you can do your big stretches. I'm not sure what they're called, but here is that machine. We still are waiting on a few pieces of equipment, so this room does have a little extra space in it right now, but once it is all here, we will welcome everyone in and enjoy some exercise together. All right, as you come out of the exercise and fitness equipment room, you're going to be up right on our patio. Our patio furniture is out here, but I really want to draw your attention to our beautiful raised garden boxes. We have 8 raised garden boxes here, and they are all handicap accessible. We will be running a program thanks to the Friends of the Council on Aging where we will be doing tomato plants, herbs, and fresh cut flowers up here. Stay tuned for the June and July newsletter to see what we're doing with these. Let's go back inside. All right, well that concludes our tour of the center on Shattuck Street. Thanks for coming around with me. Hope to see you soon, and check out our newsletter on the town website. See you soon.
You know, Mark, that is a center you dream of. It turned out really nice. And I'm thinking that because it's there, maybe the seniors will come out, even those that are shy about coming to do things, because I know they'll have a lot of programs, and you just feel good going in there.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you know it's going to happen because Liz had mentioned that there was a 50% increase since January
Really?
of this year in programs of people coming out in anticipation. So they're already coming, and now they're just going to be migrating over to the new center. So
Perfect,
yeah.
Perfect. But that'll be just that amount. There's many more out there.
Yeah.
So come in.
Sure, come in.
You know, look in our senior broadcaster for programs that will be held in the news center. As you have just seen, there is plenty of room for you and others. You will want to use your new surroundings, and program coordinator Megan Murphy is willing to bring you a lot of programs to enjoy.
Yes, there are a ton, but just to highlight a few, there's a funny program about funny programs. The greatest sitcoms of all time on Tuesday, June 10th. And we were talking a little bit about this before the show started recording. Did you and Alan watch sitcoms? Did you have a favorite?
Well, any comedy is my favorite, and especially the old ones. like Cheers, and I like Seinfeld, and I liked
MASH.
Bosom Buddies.
Oh, Bosom Buddies, Tom
Yeah.
Hanks.
And MASH, of course, being military.
Right.
And anything like that. I did like Star Trek, too.
Wow.
Yeah, I did
I
like
didn't know
that.
you were a sci-fi
Oh, yeah,
person.
yeah. But I feel, and I could be wrong, maybe I'm looking on the wrong channels, but I feel like television has gotten so that there's more murder and mayhem than there is comedies. New comedies kind of get to me because of the fact that, they let the teenagers and the younger kids really not respect parents.
Right.
And I don't like it. It's not teaching our kids the right thing.
No. Well, when I went to college and took classes on communications, and they said that the average sitcom is written for a 5th grade education level. So that includes the 5th graders who are going to watch it, but also, they kind of dumb them down
Yeah.
for adults.
Well,
5th grade
The 5th graders are
education.
probably watching all the murder mysteries.
Yeah, I know. Now, of course, that was 40 years ago when I went to college, so maybe
Yeah.
it's down to a 2nd grade level now. Who knows? Anyway, did you ever meet someone and almost immediately forget their name? It can be embarrassing, right? Well, another session at the center on Shattuck Street is called Never Forget a Name. It's a training class with Neil Cutson. It's on Tuesday, the 17th of June. And there is also a welcome summer hot dog cookout on Wednesday, the 18th. And there will be a trip to Pickety Place in Mason, New Hampshire to enjoy their 5-course creative herbal cuisine luncheon. And that's on the Wednesday, the 25th. And I just want to talk about Pickety Place for a minute. That's up near where I live in Mason. My
Right,
wife
right.
loves it. She's been there, 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, I've been there.
It's very prim and proper. It's like an old tea party, but I don't know if you know the story behind it, but it's fashioned on Little Red Riding Hood.
Right.
And the woman who wrote that book back in 1948, remember little golden books?
Yeah.
The Little Red Riding Hood. Well, the woman who did the illustrations for that book got the inspiration from Pickety Place. So now that's kind of the theme, Little Red Riding Hood and Granny and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's really a neat place, but that lunch sounds great.
Yeah,
Wow.
5-course. So that's my kind of
That'll
meal.
get booked.
Yeah, it'll get booked.
Yeah.
It's funny that you don't pick what's on the menu. It's whatever that day is, everybody gets the same thing.
Good.
So makes it easy for the
Yeah,
chef, I
then
guess.
they can talk about it later. How did you like what we had?
Exactly. All right, so another thing, our senior class, and I'm talking about high school kids now, had their graduation ceremony on the 30th, and they'll be off and starting a new chapter in this part of their lives. So good luck, class of 2025. Many happy days ahead. If you missed the Memorial Day parade this year, well, here's a little flavor of that event.
Now it's June, and we will not be as busy, but it will be Dad's turn to get the attention on June 15th. Happy Father's Day to our dads and to you, Mark.
Thank you.
Last we can open the windows sit in the gardens, and enjoy the first days of summer on June 20th. Well, I hope we can, let's say, if it warms up. Now we can begin to plan our summer trips and any projects that had to wait for warmer weather.
Yeah, it's been cold. As you notice, we're still in long sleeves right now, and
Yep.
Hopefully we'll have a summer.
Yeah.
I know there's also an event in June. Flag Day is on the 15th, is it?
Right, the 14th.
14th.
The 14th.
Do you do anything for Flag Day?
Oh gosh, I got flags all over the place already. But I just love our flag. And I remember one of my German friends said, wow, you can put a flag out. We can't do that in Germany.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it like sacred or something?
No, I just think I don't know the reason. I know that she said they can't do that. So she thought that was kind of cool.
Wow. Well, I see a lot of flags out in May as well for Memorial Day, and they kind of fly from now or Memorial Day all the way through June, and then July 4th, and then they come down after that.
Yeah.
So
Not me. Mine stay up.
all year. Yep. You have a flagpole too?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Now, do you have it the flag up all the time, or does
Yeah.
it? And it's lit?
Well, not really.
Okay. Well, I thought they said you're supposed to light the pole, but
Oh, we'll do it then.
okay. Go out there with a flashlight.
Today, I'm going home to do that.
All right. Well, if you're looking for a great place to beat the heat this summer, hopefully, assuming we will have a summer with heat, the library is a great spot for that. And here is Library Director Sam Alvarez to tell you what's going to be happening at the Reuben Hoare Library for June and beyond. Hi, Sam.
Thanks, Mark. And here's a sampling of what's coming up at the Reuben Hoare Library. Please remember to check the library website at littletonlibrary.org for more information or to register. On Tuesday, June 10th at 6, author Richard Higgins will be here to talk about his book, Thoreau's God. This non-sectarian discussion will highlight Thoreau's beliefs, followed by an interactive conversation with the audience. Scott Ouellette returns on June 25th at 6:30 to perform with his Spanish guitar. His music selections contain some of the most beautiful pieces by well-known composers from around the world. The library is still looking for artists to display their work in the gallery for 1 month out of the year beginning in September. Submissions will be accepted until June 15th. Anyone interested should submit their application by visiting the website at littletonlibrary.org. We have a new database available free of charge to our patrons called Ohm Practice. Ohm Practice provides hundreds of online classes and video library classes on yoga, meditation, flexibility, and fitness. Summer reading kicks off on Saturday, June 14th from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. The summer reading programs for children and young adults begin with fun and games. We'll have giant games set up in the storage room and some frozen treats to share. This is a good day to sign up for either program or to get a library card if you don't have one. This is a drop-in event. Summer reading registration begins on Monday, June 9th. Logs begin on Monday, June 16th. There's a story walk on the Littleton Conservation Land, which runs from June 20th to June 27th. A special book will be set up on the Long Lake property, which you can read as you hike along. The book walk starts at the Colonial Drive entrance. It will be set up for the week until early Friday morning, June 27th. Science Heroes, Adventures of the Missing Color will be on Tuesday, June 24th at 3 in the storage room. Join Science Heroes on our mission to turn science into an adventure. Through hands-on experiments and fun, interactive stories, they get kids excited about the science that's all around us. This presentation is for kids in grades K through 5. Lego Club for ages 6 and up will be on Wednesday, June 25th at 2 in the Sturt's meeting room. Come in and play with thousands of Legos. You can sign up online as space is limited. Interested in a book club with no assigned reading? The Laid Back Book Club meets on Tuesday, June 3rd at 6 in the Murray Room. The Laid Back Book Club is a different kind of book club. There are no assigned readings, and you don't even have to talk if you don't want to. And you don't have to sign up. Just come to the library on the first Tuesday of the month with the book of your choice. We'll all meet up in the library, talk if you want, or find a comfy spot in the library to read, and then we meet up again afterwards to talk, or you don't have to. It's up to you. Third Wednesday's book club meets on Wednesdays, June 18th at 7 in the Murray Room. For June, we are reading James by Percival Everett and The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain. The Cookbook Book Club Meets on Saturday, June 28th at 11:30 a.m. in the Sturts Room. It's a book club for people who love all things food, love to make it, love to read about it, and of course, love to eat it. This is not a cooking competition. The goal is to have fun, share, and maybe learn. Remember to check the library calendar at littletonlibrary.org for more information on upcoming programs, and we hope to see you at the library this summer.
Thanks, Sam. At the end of this month will be the end of an era for LCTV. Video production supervisor Kirby Dolak will be retiring after 12 years with LCTV. And we had a chance to sit and talk with Kirby, which is no easy task to get him to stay in one spot. And we asked him to reflect on his time here with LCTV. Well, as promised, I am pleased to have video production supervisor and my friend Kirby Dolak. Kirby, congratulations on your upcoming retirement.
Why, thank you, Mark.
Yeah. So first of all, you've been with LCTV since January of 2012.
January 3rd, Monday.
It was a Monday.
But who's counting?
Right. Take us through your journey here. What inspired you to because you didn't start off in television production?
No. How far back do you want to go? Back when I had my first job in the hardware store?
Well, I think the viewers will be interested in your journey.
Yeah. Wow. Let's just say that I went to Penn State, if you haven't ever seen my lanyards, to get a degree in park and recreation. Been a state park naturalist in South Carolina, fed some gators. Worked at the New England Aquarium in the education department. Went and became an EMT, drove an ambulance in Boston. From there, I went into high tech. Supported a lot of digital equipment back when digital was vogue. Moved into another microcomputer environment at Stratus. We had several computers that were in Cheyenne Mountain. For those who don't know about the NORAD installation in there, we always chuckled about how it was, we'd get the first notification when there was an inbound ICBM. Did some more computer gigs, ended up with Bay Networks, and then we became Nortel, and Nortel then kind of got smaller very quickly by laying off 52,000 of us.
Wow.
But at that point in time, I went back to my carpentry skills, got my CSL.
Wait a minute. You said you went back to your carpentry skills.
Yes.
You skipped over that part. Has that been something you just picked up all your life, or how did you?
Carpentry has always been an interest for me. My grandfather on my mother's side was a sawyer. They actually, in the Juniata, Pennsylvania area, had a group of individuals that took a steam engine, you referred to as a donkey, that it got hauled around literally from one stand of trees to another, where they made the staves for barrels for the railroad to transport railroad ties and stakes and spikes, because there weren't boxes back at that time, so they used barrels, different sized barrels. So he was a woodworker. He was the only one of his family that had all of his fingers when he got out of the process.
How are you doing with yours?
They've been kind of battered, as you can see. But yeah, so woodworking was always an interest of me. Then when Nortel was kind of hitting its bottom, I said, let's just go get my license, which I did. Opened a lot of doors, got to meet a lot of very great people here in the town hall, actually. Roland was one who was very, very kind to me and giving me some insights on some things where he said, Kirby, you've overbuilt this. You could cut back just a little bit here on this. And so it was very nice having affiliation with the folks here in town hall. But that grew. I put 2 kids through college, and then
and how long have you lived in Littleton?
40 plus years, I believe.
So you're
45?
officially a townie. Congratulations.
Oh, is that what it is, Mark? I've always wondered what the official break is.
After 40.
Oh, after 40. Okay. Well, I'm good with that. But yeah, so I got kind of interested in some of the stuff that I was seeing with LCTV back before we had this wonderful renovation. And Jim Clyde and a bunch of other folks that I knew from Boy Scouts said, hey, we're going to take this class. And so I ended up having that opportunity. I actually got, back when there was a local newspaper, a picture of me peering over the top of a wall, watching you doing some editing on Final Cut. And I said, that'll be interesting. So I was getting younger and realizing that I was getting less flexible and tolerant to injuries. So luckily enough, I applied for a part-time job here. Started working some of the meetings, became the roadie, and
Well, you're being a little bit humble. You brought a lot of skills into the job that we did not have because it was only me.
Yeah.
So basically, any skill that you brought in that I didn't have was an asset. And we talked about your computer background. You were very instrumental in everything that had to do with our network and the things that you didn't know video-wise. You were diligent.
you taught me.
Some, but you were very diligent and quick study to research, to watch YouTube, get the training manuals. Very diligent in that area. But
Thank you.
so you picked up these skills. You took the workshop. You got hired.
Yep.
And now you're went from part-time to full-time.
Yeah.
And our department has grown a little bit, not
Yeah.
only in size but also in the amount of
You mean around here too long?
that too, and the amount of work that we do.
Yes.
What have been some of your highlights over the years of things that you've enjoyed? I know it's not going to be town meeting because that
No,
we
no.
can talk
actually,
about some of the lowlights later.
No. Actually, town meeting always pushes you beyond what you're capable of doing. I recognized very early on that it was an all-out push to make it happen because there was, at least 8+ hours of setup and testing, frustrations, working with some nice vendors like New England Stageworks to help us set up gear for projection and for audio. And then during COVID, having these unique relationships with the vendors was very helpful. Brian O'Neill, who was working with Stageworks at that point in time, we set up at the parade room down in the Regency Hotel in Boxborough for their 3-nighter. And that included, Ryan Farrar, who was the town administrator there.
You did hear him, folks. That he said 3-nighter. That wasn't a slip of the tongue.
No. That's the norm. In fact, there was at one point, I think, a 4-nighter that was almost happening. But it was a very unique situation. A lot of learning opportunities that occurred. Flexibility for our playback servers. Can't say enough about the Cassis environment and the folks that are supporting us. But, TV has really changed from pulling labels off of VHS tapes to...
Which, by the way, when you started, we were still using tape.
That's right. We were using the High 8 or Mini 8
the
or
Mini
whatever
8
it was.
Whatever it was, yeah.
Oh, that was
Mini DV, I think.
Yes. And we had a funky workflow to get it imported in and deal with it. And
We didn't have digital editing. We had machine-to-machine editing. And, technology, like you said, even in the past 12 years, has grown leaps
Right.
and bounds. I mean, now we didn't even used to cover town meeting.
no,
But
live.
Well, not
Well,
even,
actually, that's right. You just did audio, didn't you?
just did audio. And then all of a sudden we've added components now that it's quite a production. And in 1 year, you remember having to do an overflow crowd and two-way communication and from the cafeteria to the gym.
Right.
And being able to have people hear in the gym what's going on there
Right.
and vice versa.
Right.
Like you said, it's not just point and shoot a camera. It's a lot of tech involved.
Yeah.
But you've been the guy as the production supervisor to kind of spearhead. I think I've got several pictures of drawings that you've done that are, they look like
Schematics to a circuit board. Yes, I know.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
They do. But as much as I railed on you for that, it was very helpful to have those things, and they'll be helpful in the future too.
Sure.
Because
Sure.
your legacy will live on as far as the systems that you've designed and built. And let's talk about Boxborough a little bit.
Sure.
Because that was one of the reasons that went to full-time is because Boxborough approached us with taking on their operation of their station, and you were the guy for that, and have been for the past 8 or 9.
I don't think I have the napkin yet that the previous finance director and Selena Shaw and maybe you talked about. Here's how we're going to make this work. And I remember it getting handed to us, and you and I looked at each other and said, so what does this mean? What are we going to really do? And it started off with just using the existing equipment they had, which was tired, and then knowing what they wanted to do and how they wanted to do it. We did a major upgrade with the gear for that. In fact, we still were using bits and pieces of the Littleton tech to cover town meetings. So thank goodness they were always offset 1 week, so that Littleton would be first week of May and they would be second week of May. And so we were lucky enough. Well, now over the X number of years, I've done careful purchase of equipment, so now we've got duplicates in both locations. Or in fact, in some cases, we would use them as a way to try things out, like the new Blackmagic ATEM video switcher became the standard that we used in both locations for multiple years, until this year or last year you bought a newer version of it that provided some additional functionality and things that we didn't have to carry for equipment to get the signal in. And but Boxborough has grown from just covering the select board meetings to select board, FinCom, planning board, fire station building committee. We've done, like Littleton, we do coverage using the owls, and we post-produce those, get them up onto the town's website, recently with YouTube and implementation. But we've also done a lot of other things that have been sort of out of the norm, like they have a Winterfest, and we cover that. And it's still photography, which is, another item that we've really brought forth in Littleton in both places that complements the video work that you're doing, or allows us to get not as deep into a production, an on-site production, where we have to bring multiple cameras and maybe bring a PA system to help augment what's necessary. But we can do the photography of the event and then quickly turn that around. This last Monday, we did a special event with Light and Water, and between Diane Douglas, the very faithful young lady who helps him with the photography, we processed almost 500 pictures in about 3 hours and got them back to folks so they could use them. So, and they're branded with LCTV on it, but
yeah, I think a lot of things that you're mentioning too, people see what's on the channels, they see what's on demand and YouTube, but they don't know a lot of the other support that we do. Namely, like you mentioned, the Light and Water Department. No one will see that video except for them, because it's used as a training tool. And talk about some of those relationships you've built with some of the other departments.
Well, Boxborough, they all have my number. That's good or bad.
That's why I moved out of town, by the way.
We help with getting the DPW from their old facilities into a brand spanking new one. We produced half a dozen videos to get that to happen. That came to town meeting and got successfully passed. We've had excellent relationships with the Elder and Human Services group, the COA group, the building commissioner.
And that's just Boxborough.
That's just Boxborough, right. And then in Littleton, there has been a good relationship, I think, with the Light and Water Department, with the police department, the fire department.
I think especially you and the fire department have a close bond. You were involved with many of the helping of the building of new studios with the fire station, police station. the senior center,
Alumni
and
Field,
and the library.
So yeah, it's been a few.
It's been a few, but especially I think the fire department. You've got a little bit of a soft spot for them, and
Well,
a good
yeah,
relationship
I
with them.
get a chance to go with the Jolly Man and on December, which I'll miss this year, to take pictures. It's quite the treat.
Oh, you can come back.
Yeah, I know you were going to say that. Yeah, you didn't want to. It's a little chilly in that front bucket,
bet it
but Santa's
Not
very
only that,
nice.
but you're at all the open house for the fire
Yeah.
departments.
Yeah.
And you
Well,
do-
I got to say, Judy has been picking up on that one lately.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, a lot of us, we're going to have to pick up a lot of slack because
No.
you are big shoes to fill, and it's going to be hard to do it. So tell me about life after LCTV. What do you have any plans, or do you have any? Are you going to continue up with the carpentry stuff?
I'm still a licensed carpenter. That's an opportunity if I want it. I think the biggest opportunity I have right now is to get to learn a lot of that I forgot about my wife and my relationship. I have 3 wonderful grandchildren, 2 of them in the hometown where Pat grew up, and 1 out in the Portland, Oregon area that I dearly want to spend more time with. He has been introduced by my son to anything made of red and starts with an M and ends with an E, Milwaukee.
Oh.
And so he is into everything to do with trucks and with whatever dad's doing, which is kind of fun. My daughter's a school teacher, and my 2 granddaughters are into anything and everything. One's going away to field hockey this summer for camp. Diane, you'd be happy with her. I think Krista also played for you as well, Diane. So, like mother, like daughter. So afterwards, Mark, there's a lot of things that have to get done. Got to be truthful in saying that, the job description said, 40 hours, but then other time. and unfortunately,
The other times kind of got away from you.
the times got away from me to the point where I can remember a little voice saying, "Curb, take the time off.
Yeah.
Take the time." So there's
Is Pennsylvania in your future, do you think?
oh yeah, it'll probably be in our neck of the woods. A lot of it depends on getting things ready at our household and seeing what's available. Houses down there sell for a bit less. And ours with have a premium up here. I'm hoping to get a little bit more and enjoy maybe a new start. But I ain't going to pick a fixer-upper.
Well, they have community TV in Pennsylvania. Maybe you might be interested.
Not really, Mark. Not strong like this place
No,
is.
not like this place,
No,
but
no.
you've helped build this place up to where
Yeah.
it is. And
Yeah.
I want to thank you
Thank
from
you.
the bottom of my heart to
Thank
all
you.
the hard work and years you put in, and often unappreciated and often unnoticed by a lot. And we are going to miss you.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
It's been thanks for the memories, I think
Yeah.
somebody used to say.
That's right. You can hear it playing in the background.
I can hear
now.
it playing in the background right
Yeah.
now. I can just hear now the editing. I think what freaked me out the most was when I was sitting waiting to come on for my segment and Barbara's nice comments being made. It was very, very humbling. It's kind of weird hearing your eulogy, maybe.
Well,
Thank you.
it's good to hear good things about you while
Yeah.
you're alive.
Yeah.
I always said, if you don't come to my funeral, I'm not coming to yours. So that's
Well, we can always dig up some friends I know up there.
right. No, sincerely, is there any final parting words you'd like to leave with the folks in Littleton who, they're used to seeing you around a lot, and you're going to be a face that is missed.
That's a nice thing. I guess I would have to say to Littleton and to Boxborough too is being a photographer and being a videographer affords me space between what's actually happening and the events. And the thing that has really struck me is how people get caught up in the moment of a passionate thing. And it sometimes takes away a little bit from the style, the community that's there. And in both places, I see individuals who are sterling examples of of that community mindedness. And I just would like to see that sort of thing continue on, because Littleton is a little town. Boxborough is a farming community, very proud of its roots. Very welcoming in both places as far as new people coming in. And I just hope that, as we get bigger in both communities, that sense of camaraderie, being together doesn't get lost, and the importance of that doesn't get pushed away, put it out of the side, trying to deal with the moment of, well, we're trying to raise the taxes, or we're trying to do this, we're trying to do that, and realizing that we're all humans and that we all have a perspective. We may not be happy with what's being said, but thank goodness we have a democracy that we still can work with.
We still do right now.
For the moment.
We are Littleton Community Television. Community is very big for both of us, and as you just made your pitch there, to keep the community strong.
Yeah.
Don't lose that sense of community.
Please keep that going, Mr. Crory.
Yeah, well, it'll be a tough task, but
you can do it.
We'll go on until it's my turn. So, thank you, Kirby.
Thank you, Mark.
Best of luck to your future,
you.
and
Thank
Pat and the kids and the grandkids, and we just thank you like I said, from the bottom of our hearts.
Thank you. Thank you, Barbara, too.
Yeah.
And I will remember to hug a senior.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kirby Dolak, and we have the title as the Iron Man of Littleton. Kirby goes above and beyond every day, precise and dedicated to the work he does for the town. Kirby has taken what was originally a small role for cable services and grown it into one of the most highly utilized services and programs in town. Boxborough is truly thankful for the level of service and dedication Kirby has given to the town, and want to recognize him for being one of the hardest working and tireless members of the Boxborough team that makes us all look good in front of the camera. Thank you.
Best wishes to Kirby, and thank you for all you have done for Littleton Community Television. You will be missed, and we hope you enjoyed this edition of Littleton Common. And thanks for watching. And please don't forget to hug a senior.